Hello, hi there, gorgeous Leos. Welcome to my channel. I do hope that you are super well. I'm sorry I was laughing before I came on. My dog had his head sort of there. I was waiting for him to move. He might come back again. So Mr. Darcy is often one of my dogs that snores or barks. May make an appearance. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, this is your love horoscope for April 2018. I do hope that you are all well. I'm laughing because I only ever do these takes live. Well, I say live, just one take, because I never know the information I'm going to get through. And if you're watching me for the first time, how I do my readings is with the help of my spirit guides. I'm a psychic, and so I give a general overview about the energies, about what's going to play out in your love life for this month, so that you can navigate it successfully and try to look for solutions if there's anything sort of negative coming in. In this month, though, I guess there is and has been some negative energy, because we've had the Mercury retrograde on turn to full up, on full blast, only because we have Chiron the Wounded Warrior revisiting also the energy in April also too. That is about closing wounds that perhaps people hadn't put to bed or brushed under the carpet. They've been resurfaced. It's a spiritual growth, and you know, like growing is like growing pain. Sometimes it feels painful. Now, I think for most of you, the way it's coming across for Leos, you guys are okay. If anything, the thing that's coming up for you guys is probably a lack of boredom in connections, particularly if you're single. Like, you just feel like that a little bit. That's a better way of being than compared to some other signs where it's been really ramped up in quite shocking ways. But I am getting a bit of fidgety energy that you have when it comes to your love life. So you might be in a connection where you're just like, oh, it's just getting really boring, or I'm just feeling fidgety, like something more needs to happen to kind of make it feel like it's alive. Or if you're single, again, where is she or where is he? Feeling restless, feeling like your wishes haven't come true. And what my guides are saying here is actually this energy for you guys is about putting things into perspective about what is important to you when it comes to romance, and needing to separate that out, because they're saying here that some of you may be thinking on the material aspects when it comes to connections, and needing to consider whether the material aspect, so is somebody rich enough for you, has a good job, or that perhaps it's a presence about them, that they're strong, that they can be a protector. Are those important factors for you, or is it just a better thing to be loved? I think there's a watering down that needs to go on in expectations that some Leos have right now when it comes to their love life, and that might be why you're feeling like it's boring, because your expectations are in a higher place. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but as we're in this energy that we over exaggerate the things that we're unhappy about, you need to be mindful that it's an over exaggeration. And then actually you need to kind of water down the expectations, and that actually it's better to be loved than the superficial things that somebody may be able to give you. And that includes any excitement. Sometimes boring is not a bad thing. Sometimes boring is better than drama and heartache. And actually there's a gratitude a little bit coming from the energy that they want you to focus more on, because then before you know it, the things that made you feel alive in existing connection, or those that you meet, will better fulfill your wishes, because you shift the energy into something, shift the perspective. I get a lot of you just feel really stuck though. And if that's the case, like I said, if you still feel that way after the 15th of April when the retrograde goes, then yes, you certainly need to do something to unstick yourself from something. But primarily, the largest message I'm getting here is that the shift needs to happen within you, cognitively, from one of lack to one of, what do I have? Or what is more important? Do I need my partner to be rich? Do I know? No, that'd be nice, but actually, do I prefer they respect and loved me? Actually, I do, and actually that's what they're giving me. Or I'm meeting people, but yeah, they're really nice and they're really like giving, but actually I want somebody who's got muscles, or it has a better paying job. Why can't I have it all? Is it that really important, or is it their soul? Is it the fact that they will do for you, that they protect you in different ways, that they provide for you in different ways that perhaps somebody who was maybe richer would be then lacking? Expectations. If you're single, definitely don't date or get your hopes up if you're already dating somebody new and you have since the 23rd of March, because retrograde new relationships never last. So leave your dating until after the 15th of April, when you'll have better selections. I'm also getting here selections where the person is vastly different from you. So either their skin colour is different, their culture is different, or even they are from a different, part of town, different state, different geographical county, wherever this is. Even could be another country. There's something profoundly different, even to the point that other people may be surprised because they're maybe really different from who you've ever dated before. That seems to be coming as quite significant also for you. And I would say that you're meeting this person after having quite a significant break from other relationships also too. It's a good connection. I'm also getting here again, they keep bringing up about expectations though, Leos, if you're single, to sort of lower them. That are they realistic, I think is the word to use. So I think we should all have good high standards when it comes to how we wish to be respected and loved, but they can't be crazy ones. So just make sure they're realistic, because it feels to me that if you don't, that person may find it hard to try to fulfill the things you're doing, and then the dynamics may not work so well. For those of you who are in a connection, I get here that you, by changing your perspectives and your expectation, you're able to think about and talk about and communicate with that person the way you would like to partner with them in a better way, to make sure that they are in your world in a way that's successful, and also vice versa, because it's not just a one-way streak with you guys. Definitely a holiday, a breakaway, whether it's short one or a long one, really I feel would tame that boredom appetite, or that lack, or that feeling of, is this it? Planning that with that person makes a real difference. Even if it's not that, it may be planning things that you do together that is healthy and brings some excitement. It could be that you both join a tango class, whatever this is that works for you, would help. And that will help also if you shifted a perspective. Because if you don't, even though you guys are escaping this kind of war Chiron energy, you could be only then building up to something where you are, but end up leaving this person who was actually very good for you in the first place, and then thinking, gosh, how do I mend that? Or that you build it up so much that when Chiron comes back next year, then you do have a real big war problem to deal with, because it's like leaving fruit out to get bruised and rotten. The perspective needs to shift. You need to put the banana in the fridge or something. You understand? Instead of leaving it out on the side, things are better. Change the expectations. Like, i.e., if you expect a banana to never get rotten, then you'll be disappointed. That's the expectations is beyond it. So I know I keep going on about it, but my guys are bringing it up. It's like coming out. It's important in your signs about not having over-exaggerated expectations, but not surprising at all, because the retrograde energy will over-exaggerate our wants, our needs, our anxieties, our desires, our everything. But the largest message they want to say is to get things into perspective, is that it is better to be loved and to be respected by somebody than to have all the immaterial stuff that perhaps somebody could offer you. Maybe this is helpful for those who might be looking at this because they're having to choose between more than one person. Choose the one that loves you. Simple. Not the one that can offer you something superficial. And you'll know what I'm talking about. So hope that's helpful for you guys for April, as you navigate through the energy and how it will affect you in your sign in a general way. Again, if you'd like to have a personal reading to dig a bit deeper into something that's personal to you, then all the links are just down below. And I will see you next month in May. Take care. Bye.